WSL Finals. If the women's title match was any indication, buckle your seatbelts because we got another title match starting up right now. Two former world champs, John Florence up against Italo Ferreira in title match number 1 for the men. No restart. They deemed that there was rideable waves, and Italo now is going to make a quick heat out of it. Finds this right here. Tosses that one. Quick reverse on the backhand, spends a lot of time in the whitewater there. Had to do it though, it was a pretty tapered wave. One exciting move there. Looking to the inside. And sharp as always, gets the finish for Italo Ferreira. So very strategic play there, Jesse. When Italo realized they're not going to get the restart, he went straight to work.
Yeah, like it's a split-second decision right there for you to actually be able to pull that off. Like it was not easy for him to. As you see right here, just pushing it so much, that back foot. Both of his foot disengaged the board. As you see right there, his foot's way far forward. Brings it back in because he had a lot of downtime. Kind of cruises around this section here because it was pretty flat, but finish it up strong. Nice setup to finish up. Very strong with the nice tail release right there.
And Rich, this is the moment right here where Italo realized, let's get it going.
Yeah, and Italo had the inside track for the right-hander, and he forced the issue at the start of the heat, so he had the ability to get this wave, just pops the tail out, gets the spin, nose pick, and somehow regains control. This is one thing that Italo just does so well. He's cat-like, the way he just stays on top of his board, muscles through this section here, whitewater trying to knock him off.
Looked like it could be a pick for John. Therefore, Italo Ferreira is going to go on the first wave of the set. Ferreira pops it up, full rotation, goes into layback, and pulls it out.
See, he's starting. You can see he's like paddling towards the right, but then he looks at the right and see that it's a little bit more critical and just goes to straight a big boost. Got hung up a little bit, but still it was a great effort for him. It was a big air to start.
Yeah, Rich, check it out here.
There was a lot of theatrics with this one. So he gets up there, starts the rotation. You can see here, brings the nose around, the front foot barely staying in contact, and then basically has to lay down in the whitewash here. And again, that core strength, being able to muscle himself back onto his board. But, I mean, it was spectacular. There was drama involved, but it wasn't clean. You know, the judges will be looking at this going, oh, that was actually a mistake that he didn't ride out clean.
He just heard that he got a 7.33, and here he goes again. Ferreira looking for a ramp, pops it up, tail high on that one. That one got released. But the 7.33, talk about pressure for John Florence. Looking for the right, has to fade into this one. Florence pops it up, gets it all the way around. Nice reverse for John on the outside. He's going to turn to the rails of the Red Tiger here with a couple of nice carves. Florence, speed line on the inside. Big layback hack showing some power. Make it 2 for John. Been waiting a while for this wave and rewards us with some great surfing, John Florence. Let's take a look at the replay here, Jesse.
Yeah, as he identifies that wave kind of running down the line, starts off with a nice reverse right there. Very critical and putting all on the line on the first turn. See his front foot, brings it back down. Beautiful hack right there. And then right here, kind of just milks everything that the wave has, starts to wind it down what's ahead of him, and a big layback right here. Powerful through that turn. One more and it's going to finish off. Pushing as much as you could right there in that section. Yeah. That was great. I like how he was firm in that section right there. He was like, hey, I got this. There was a lot of pressure on top of him.
This is unbelievable, this air. Have a look at the footwork of John here. Right up on the nose, that front foot. It slips all the way back. Almost comes off that hillside rail, and he's able to reposition his feet midway through that bottom turn, and now he starts to wind up again. One thing to note about the way John Florence surf, he's like a swivel. There's so much twisting and contorting.
Here we go. Here we come.
Here comes Italo using his priority. Ferreira looking for a ramp down the line, pops it up, full rotation, puts it down. And points to the fans. If you got a 7.33 for the last one.
I mean, I think so too. He had a little bit more time to actually get speed, and I want you to pay attention on the head rotation that he has on that turn. As you're going to see right here, he's going to aim that straight into the flats, but halfway through the turn, look, he starts to set up, aims that lip down, aims it to the shore, and then right there, halfway through, he throws that head all the way around to get the full rotation as he landed so clean. That was beautiful work from him.
If you were a skateboarder, you would call that bolts. That was a perfect landing.
It's pressure building up, and Italo looks like it's going to get another one.
This time going left, Ferreira. Big slash there. He's had a dependable air reverse on the left all day long. Looks for the ramp, pops it up. Again, nose picks out of it. Difficult to spin out of that, but Italo Ferreira, again, just showing the mastery that he's been showing all day long. Here goes John. Pops it up. Nose pick, air reverse. Slashing turn to follow. One more slash, a little bit of a buried rail. Taper on this one. He's going to stick with it. Fairly similar to his 7.17. He needs an 8.16. And you can see even with the body language kicking out of that one, he can feel the number himself. What do you think, Jesse?
You can see it right here. It's a bit of an A-frame, but this is beautiful turn, but a bit catchy right there. Got the tail high. And then this one, he pushed hard, but as you see, he had to force through those turns the whole time. This is another great turn. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to come in an 8.16.
I'm reluctant to give a score at this point. I'm just going to talk through what John did on this wave. It was great surfing. All those maneuvers were connected. So again, a high-risk maneuver to start. Gets the grab rail. Nose pick. Gets so low right here. All that body transition. The weight going from the tail to the front foot. Now he powers up again. Straight into a layback power hack. It's a tiny bit of tail release there. As you said, Jesse, just gets caught on his heel side.
Italo uses his priority. Ferreira stomps on the tail. Waiting for a ramp. Builds up speed now. Flat spin. Gets on his toes. Goes down. So we're still waiting for that John score for wave number 2. That is going to decide title match heat number 1.
This is unbelievable.
Comes in. 8-3-3. John. Heat 1 of the title match is his. Early advantage to John Florence. He did that with just 2 waves ridden in Heat 1 of the title match.
That was crazy turning point for John.
Jesse, can we even question the energy of Italo? I mean, now he's going to be in a position where he's surfing in another matchup here. Matchup number 2.
Really just absorb it and reset again. And then come back firing, but let's check the energy level on this first wave.
Already grabbing the start and taking control is Italo Ferreira. Throws down a big vertical. Nice solid carve, perfect transition, belts it again, nice pace. Nice snap to slide over the coping, big whip vertically again. Really drilling all his targets. Now he's got a final fin ditch. He'll lose that wave, but it was only half a foot. Damage was done. Brilliant start. Mike Parsons was actually maybe not doing 8 turns and doing 3 quality turns on certain sections. As we look at this wave, Jesse.
Let's just break this down. Look how less he's moving his board off the bottom turn. See how he's engaging the rail and driving through those fins, getting the speed, and that's just giving him a perfect setup to explode the lip 5 times. Obviously, the last 2 were a little less critical. The wave was a bit smaller, but that was excellent surfing from Italo, and that's a great way to start the heat.
We love you too, Katie, as we watch a big blast there, throwing the fins out. John Florence with his signature move. Driving into another big hack there. And now laying it down to shut it down. There's a lot of emotion coming out of the big man. Take another look at John's explosive start.
Streaking down the line here, pressure on the front foot, jams that backhand into the wall, and that is that trademark. layback hack that we've seen John Florence lean into so often, and it's a turn that he's got so many variations of. Does some great work down the line here. Here's that sort of swivel effect that he gets off the lip and flexing. You don't see John Florence do that too often, so you know that he's stoked with the result of this wave.
Great angle from the water here, Jesse.
I mean, what a great way to start a heat, and actually to answer from Italos, and great first turn. That was massive. He pushed as hard as he could in that first wave, finished it off strong as we can see right here on the screen, and he's going to get rewarded.
Oh, look at that. That is just, wow. They went super excited about this one. One judge even giving it a 10, a 9.70.
John Florence, wow, gliding in even before this wave's breaking. That's showing off that paddle power. But ultra deep, I think he got excited. He wants to go surfing. He was hoping for more consistency.
Third time lucky, maybe. Italo taking a look.
Italo now preparing the backhand. Great start, big blast off the lip. Finding a lot of speed. He loves a big backhand. Full road, goes for it, tail high, and lays down out the back. Whistles on the beach. And we'll see a big paddle here for Italo heading left, up and out. Another decision to make for John out the back. Looks like he is spinning.
It's a no-brainer.
World number one, nice easy roll in. Lays down a nice clean wrapping cutback on the wind up. Big fin throw reverse. He's got a very comfortable pace and a happy energy to his surfing right now. Driving through another rapid cutback. Throwing the fins out, creating more space. Lays into it again. What a show from Florence.
I've never seen John with that much energy and claiming that much in my life. That shows how much he wants that and how hard he works for it.
As we take another look from start to finish, Richie.
Oh, this was a no-brainer when he took off. Big carving hack into tail release. Beautiful turn here. Gets the full rotation. Feet back in position. Just a soft cut back. And then the wave goes again. John starts to wind up. Just maintaining that speed and power. And just these, these tight pivoting turns, but the actual pathway of the board just turning all the way around back into the foam. John maintaining the energy all the way through. Big opening moments of the wave, a little quiet in the middle, and then big finish as well. But just showing that degree of difficulty, those high-risk turns. He hasn't been shying away from it. I love this approach. This could be the world title wave.
Definitely, and I think it was just a smart choice of him, even though that might not match like the nines that he needed, that he already got it, but he needed a backup. It's 14 minutes left. You don't want to be leave hanging with needing a small score in the end, so that's good. That's massive. Look at the footwork right there. Look at that back foot going in front of the bed, and as he's spinning around, he's going to bring that front foot back to start engaging again the rail. So that's beautiful footwork for him, and he got rewarded a big score.
8.43 for John Florence. Opening ride a 9.7. Excellent heat. Italo, throw tail towards the beach, stomps it. Moving quickly for the wrapping cutback. Lays it down again. He wants another ramp to work with. Ends up just laying it back and burning his speed. Picks it back up for the climb.
Fairly big mountain to climb here, but let's break down this wave. High risk maneuver. The difference I see, Jesse, between the two is Italo sort of went out and onto the trough of the wave, whereas John was up and above the lip with those opening turns. Little stabbing layback. Nice climb, foam climb to finish.
And that's all on the setup.
John's going to take it off him here and head left. Just into the closeout, so a defensive play. 9 seconds. John's starting to realize the moment. John Florence your 2024 world champion.
Bring the mana. We got Mihimana Bray up against Griffin Colapinto. Semi-final number 2. These two surfers are going to battle it out in these next 32 minutes for a chance to make the final up against Jack Robinson. Looks like Griffin's in probably the better spot. We'll see how this goes. Mihimana decides not to go. There you go. Griff comes around the corner, snaps under the lip, chandelier. He has to get through. Little spit there. Talk about making something out of a really difficult wave.
That was sick. Mihimana's got to be very careful there. But Griffin went around and just set that wave up so sick. It had this like extra little chandelier bit that threw right out. And yeah, this slow-mo angle from the down low is going to look so sick.
So the under the lip snap to set that up, and then that kind of negotiation through all that foam.
It's his to take now.
What do you think about Mihi's ride right there? That's his opening ride for the Tahitian.
And still seeing people getting heavy wipeouts and stuff. So yeah, anything you can help you get centered is going to work well.
Mihimana identifies this insider, threads through that barrel. He's going to take a 2-wave lead on Griffin Colapinto to apply some pressure to the CT surfer.
Didn't really open up, but here's a nice insider from Mihimana Kaips driving through this one.
Yep, 5.5 for this wave that we're seeing on the replay right here, and the lead to Mihimana. So we'll get into this one. Griffin Colapinto drops down, grabs the rail, yanks up on the Mayhem, gets high, little foamy there. Doesn't get as deep as he would have liked, but does get the completion. Waiting for scores for both surfers now. We are waiting for this score on this wave here for Griffin.
Yeah, it looked, on the outside, it looks...
Sniffing under priority here. Here goes Griffin, dropping straight into this one. Strong bottom turn, hook under the lip, and comes out right there. That was some technical barrel riding. I love the calmness, the long, stalled out bottom turn, the hook under the lip.
Have a see the angles here. It was a classic setup. Grab rail, bottom turn, yanks on the handbrake, right on the foam ball. I mean, that angle is excellent. That makes it look like it's going to be a really decent score.
Come on.
That was amazing. Yeah, I wasn't too sure how much sort of foam ball action he got from the front end, but that's what the beauty of this place is. There's so many camera angles.
You just got it. Oh, look at this nugget coming in. Oh, Mihi. Oh, that thing was deep.
He made it.
Oh, wow. What do you think, Strider? Mihimana Bray? Deep underneath, thread through that barrel. What an answer back. Another look here. This is a 717, Mihimana Bray.
Yeah, nice airdrop, driving deep from behind the section. That's the advantage of being on the front side. You can kind of get away with a late drop and late tap.
Mihimana Bray needing a 5.18, but hold your horses. Griffin Colapinto in the barrel, spit out again for the San Clemente surfer. Previous ride, though, we're waiting for that score from Mihimana Bray. That came in at 7.17. Mihimana takes the lead.
Foot and drive from behind it, and then Griffin here, same thing, kind of had to pump from behind. A smaller tube, still a nice ride. He doesn't need the biggest score of the heat, but they can both kind of build on their first column scores there. As we see Griff having a look here, Kaips.
Use the priority here, deep on the reef. See something? It's an inside drainer, and it drains all the way through without its rider. So curious.
Shots, and always had this kind of future. The congrats there from Glenn Micro Hall, and also Leandro Dora, Julia, the wife of Jack Robinson and baby Zen, and now a big embrace from the Waz in the water. John's with the champ. Strider's with the champ.